This is everything I can tell you about your dude based entirely off of how he goes down the stairs. If he's got like a normal pace, you know, he's probably cheating on you.
No, what? For a second, I thought she was serious. Like, what? Out of all the people, you say that?
Hi YouTube, welcome back. My name is Cypress, and today we'll be watching another Do That for Gait video. This is Womansplaining Men to Women compilation 113 to 120. And I want to start this video by saying this is like the first video that I've recorded in my new house. So my setup at the moment might not be perfect. So if my audio sounds different than normally, that's the reason, and I'm sorry. And I'll try to fix it along the way.
This reads, men used to go to war.
Oh yeah, I keep on seeing so many videos or like memes like this with men used to go to war and then you see them doing something silly like this.
I don't know if you've been paying attention, but men definitely still go to war, first of all.
Still go.
Second of all, historically, this is always what they have done before going to war. For example, the ancient Romans version of hitting the gritty was a war dance called the Bella Crepa, which was done to the sound of weapons beating against each other.
I love this history lesson that we're getting right now.
The Greeks had the Pyrrhic dance, which is basically like war ballet.
War ballet. I want to learn war ballet too.
Have things like the Indalamu dance, which is done to inspire soldiers on their long trek into battle barefoot. I could go on, but also, and I mean no disrespect to combat veterans, in fact, I'm sure some of them will agree with me, but working as a line cook, especially during a rush, is probably as close to feeling like at war as a civilian is gonna get.
Honestly, yes. I mean, I've never worked as a cook, and I never will, because I just can't do that. That's too much pressure for me, and I don't even like to cook. But anyway, I have worked in like those food trucks, right? I have worked in there like for a couple days, because I quit really quickly after that, because that's just really not my thing. But that was so fucking stressful. I only had to make fucking hot dogs. I wanted to fucking cry when that line was there. I don't know how people do it. Respect. I can't.
And I don't know about you, but I would love to know that an entire battle dance went into my B-dubs wings.
I would just find it stupid when people are like, oh man, when they used to go to war, and then they just are having fun. I find it so dumb. It's like men are never allowed to have fun or something. Like, let them be.
Men have always danced and been silly gooses. And men will always dance and be silly gooses.
If men would not dance and be silly gooses, it would just be boring.
It is part of being a man. In fact, if you ever see a man never dancing or never being a silly goose, he is being repressed by someone or something, and you need to save him. Let these men dance.
Let them dance in peace.
You know that one pair of shoes your dude has that looks like they came straight out of a historic war memorial? They started talking to him multiple times, but he just keeps shoe gluing them closed. He literally bought him new shoes, but he still insists on wearing this dirty ass Mad Max looking pair. Get used to it. He's not throwing away those shit kickers to save his life. The bond a man forms with his favorite pair of shoes is an ancient and sacred bond. Asking him to get rid of these shoes is like asking him to take his dog out back.
I'm not gonna lie, I will have such a hard time accepting that you have to walk with those ugly ass shoes, okay? I don't like ugly ass shoes.
One does not ask such things of a man. Look, I know they're an eyesore. I know you can think of 3 other pairs of shoes that would look 10 times better with the outfit he currently has on. Just worry about yourself. They're not your feet. No one's judging you for it.
But I'm walking next to those feet.
Not only that, I don't think you realize what a green flag this is. When you find a man who's willing to stay true to his favorite shoes no matter how worn out and dusty they get, it means he'll stay true to you no matter how worn out and dusty you get.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna look at this from the bright side. No matter how worn out and dusty I get, he will never leave me. Thank you for opening my eyes.
Show them some respect. They are your man's life force.
We're guys. We keep a little dirt under my pillow for the dirt man.
The ladies are like, Lauren, when are you going to womansplain Dirt Man? Seemingly overnight, all of our boyfriends and husbands have just collectively agreed that they need to take small samplings of dirt and leave it underneath their pillows for the Dirt Man.
Are you serious? Is this true? What?
Before the Dirt Man comes to town, and none of us seem to be able to explain.
Who the fuck is
and
Dirt
I'm here
Man?
to womansplain nothing. I cannot help you. This is actually just for the boys. This is forbidden jutsu to us women. And it's fine. Like, it is.
And even the advocate cannot explain this.
It's a male privilege, but they can have one as a treat. And I don't think it's just me. I think that women collectively have actually agreed for the first time in all of history to just kind of like lay down feminism for a moment and say, you know what? We don't need to be equal here. You can have the
What the Dirt Man pillow?
We don't need Dirt Man. In fact, we're just gonna fuck off. And
Yeah.
it's not even that we don't want Dirt Man. We want Dirt Man, but we have finally accepted that not everything is for us.
I don't think I want Dirt Man though. I don't know what Dirt Man is, but I don't want dirt.
So ladies, all you need to know about Dirt Man is that it is such a small but immense victory for Du Bois.
Okay, I see.
Just let him have it.
Congrats, guys. Congrats. You win.
One universal rule about men: never take his hat off his head.
Honestly, yes. Also, don't do that to me. If you see me, I almost always wear a hat, or not a hat, a cap. Just because I just feel like my hair gets frizzy a lot and easily because of the humidity, and I just really hate it. So I always wear a cap. So, you know, so I feel more comfortable walking around not thinking that my hair has become a bird's nest. And if you would take my cap off, I'm gonna fucking murder you. Don't do that. I mean, I don't know if that's the same reason for the guys, but that's my reason. I will murder you.
There are actually two recent viral moments that highlight this remarkably well. Example 1. This kick streamer who thought it would be a good idea to take the hat off a fitness YouTuber, Bradley Martin, only to get slapped into the next image.
Exactly, why are you doing it? Also, this kind of like made me wish that the guy has lice. I would not want him to have lice, but wouldn't it have been like so great in this moment if that guy actually happened to have lice and he just took his cap and put it in his beautiful hair? Wouldn't it have been really nice? Jeez, that was a really loud smack. What?
And example 2. Sneeko getting his teeth knocked out after taking the hat off a bouncer outside of a club.
He jumped! He fucking jumped! Deserved, honestly. Don't touch other people's stuff, man. Keep your hands to yourself.
For his own peace, one would hope that he could just ignore such childish antagonization tactics and not resort
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
But I can womansplain why many do and would, and why it is that deep. For one thing, just don't touch people, bro.
Yeah, exactly,
And just for the
don't
purpose of
touch.
snatching something, like, no, you're making them aggro on purpose. Don't act confused or surprised when it gets to the point.
Yeah, I hate people that like do shit like this on purpose and they're like, whoa, why are you acting like this, man? Chill. I'm like, are you serious? You started this.
But second, 70 to 80% of guys will end up experiencing some form of balding or hair thinning. And as much as they don't like to talk about it, it can be a point of insecurity for some people.
Yeah, that
so
makes
even if you're
sense.
just
It
trying,
makes sense. Just like me, like I said, I'm not balding, but I'm very insecure about the fact that my hair can frizz off very fast if it's humid outside. So I wear caps a lot, and because I feel insecure about it. Don't do that, man. Not cool.
trying to be silly, he might interpret that as you deliberately trying to humiliate him
Yes,
as much as you can.
yeah.
You touch a man's hat, the best that can be assumed of you is that you're a troll, you're a pest. This is actually something about masculinity that everyone agrees on. Men and women agree that if you take the hat off another man's head, there is nothing attractive or masculine about that.
Yep.
When your husband has been up your butt all day,
What? She's hiding.
Why are you following me?
What do you mean?
Why are you up here?
I'm not following you.
What does she mean following? Isn't this their house?
Following me? Why
I
did
was
you?
quiet. I figured I'd come up see what's going on. Come.
All day you've been following me. I don't think you've noticed you've been doing it all day. I just want a minute to myself, okay?
I only need a minute.
Honey, is that why I came up here because I was doing things?
I came up here to hide from the kids.
Hide from the kid. Oh, he's hiding for the kids. Okay.
he's not following you around, he's just making his rounds. It's called a perimeter sweep, and it's pretty much caked into the Y chromosome. Like, come on, you guys are the ones who say men are dogs, and then you can't understand why he has to do a quick little peeky peek into every room and check on every single person every 30 to 45 minutes. But most importantly, I want to address what he says here.
I only need a minute.
When he says, I only need a minute, he genuinely means that. The long-term wives know, especially the ones with the golden retriever husbands, when they come making their little rounds, all they need is a quick little kiss or a quick little nuzzle, and then they're off again. And finally, he's up your butt all day when he's finally home, because he's never home. Guys are always at work. In fact, the only thing that keeps them alive at work is the thought of coming home and being up
That
your
makes
butt.
sense. Yeah.
I could have phrased that better.
I was to say, what? Why are you saying it like that?
You're his safe space, and his safe space is running.
I just find it funny. She's like, why are you following me? And I'm like, he's home? Isn't that his home? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? I mean, of course you're allowed to have your alone time, but I don't know why you're so like surprised and confused about it.
Yes, couples do need time away from each other, but he just wants to check in on you. If you can't be interrupted for an hour, just tell him. If you just can't be interrupted, don't get married.
think I might be the red flag and I didn't even know this. Multiple sources now have confirmed this. I've been doing beauty for 15 years, right? Now, when I tell men what I do for work, multiple sources have been like, that's a red flag. What?
Very simply, beauty to men is like video games to women, and people are very judgmental of things they don't.
Wait, that is true. That is actually true. They probably hear you say you do beauty and then they think that like that's the only thing about you, probably. That you do not have a personality, you only care about superficial. Is that what you call it? Not saying that is true. I don't think that is true at all. But I can see that. Like there are women that hear like your video game and like immediately not interested. Doesn't matter how good and cool of a person you actually are, they just hear video games and they're like, no, you're not for me. And then they hear beauty and they're like, oh, not for me.
So just like a woman might look at a guy who plays video games and think, oh great, he's lazy, he lacks motivation, he wastes his time with pointless things.
Yeah,
a guy might look at a woman who prioritizes beauty and think, great, she's vain, she spends too much money.
Yeah, exactly.
She wastes her time on pointless things. So just like a woman who doesn't play video games might not understand the social emotional advantages of team gaming or the literary satisfaction of a good story arc or even just the endorphin rush of a really good match. A lot of guys don't understand how much practical science goes into beauty. Not a lot of guys realize that our average everyday skincare routine involves us studying the microbes within our skin's ecosystem and then elaborately introducing new strains of skin native microbes just to combat acne.
I didn't know that, but yes, guys, yes.
It's not that guys have a zero tolerance policy for women in the beauty industry, just like most women don't have a zero tolerance policy for guys who play video games. It's only when it's your number one priority that it becomes a red flag. But I think we can all agree that people who put either beauty or video games above everything else in their life kind of deserve to be ghosted. Behind every great man is the drawer I need to get into. Why are you even in the kitchen right now? If I was him, my selective hearing would only hear the I'm a great man part. But yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. Both husbands and dogs are notorious for this. It's not on purpose, but it's like you're the earth and they're your moons. But instead of constantly orbiting around you, they always just kind of remain in your radius without continuously moving. These are the simple, irrefutable facts of life. But might I recommend, instead of getting annoyed about it, gamifying it romantically.
Gamifying it romantically?
You ever tried the reach around method? I'm just saying, he's there, the drawer's right there. What's stopping you from embracing your inner book talk and just kind of sliding your arms around him while you softly press up into him? It's subtle, but effective. If you keep your chin down and your eyes up while you look at him and smirk a little while you're doing it, you'll be able to get away with whatever you want for the rest of the week.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Let me write it down. Thanks for the tips.
Real talk, you'll get like 5 get out of jail brat cards for that.
Oh, okay.
Don't say
I'll
I
make
never
sure
taught
to
you
remember
ladies
that.
nothing. Look, we are women. We can add riz to anything if we work hard and believe in ourselves, or at the very least, we'll get the Ziploc bag we needed. This is everything I can tell you about your dude based entirely off of how he goes down the stairs. Okay, so he goes down the stairs like this, like a rapid bound. For this one, there's literally nothing special going on. That's just the way he goes downstairs. That's the way he does everything. He's like Sonic. He's got to go fast. Like, bro would probably run up the stairs with his hands if it was societally acceptable. Okay, so if he comes down the stairs slowly, like a giant final boss slowly lumbering toward you, that poor man is doing his best. He is just trying not to collapse into himself like a dying star.
Okay, I want to say, like, it sounds like he's tired, I guess.
Something hurts. Probably everything. Or he's just watching a TikTok. Okay, if he's got, like, a normal pace, you know, he's probably cheating on you. No.
What? For a second, I thought she was serious. Like, what? Out of all the people, you say that?
Just a comfortable dude. But I can tell you this about normal walkers. They only have a 50% hit rate of catching pop culture references. And if he's ever, like, doing some high knee drives, you know, like one of these, like, he's
like that.
Downstairs, bro is happy as shit.
Yeah, what does it say? Like, that's not a normal walk. Definitely not your everyday walk. Something has to be up.
I don't know. Maybe y'all had fun last night. And then if you ever hear, like, a
he fell down.
Condensed thud, he may have let the intrusive thoughts win and finally went down in the laundry basket. As always, once you hit like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you do not miss my lives. Make sure that you do leave your comments on what you thought of this video down below.
Bye! Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please don't forget to give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel. I also stream live on Twitch and on YouTube, so follow me on Twitch or just turn on the notification bell on YouTube to know when I go live. I hope to see you there. Bye!